Hi everyone, it is Nicolette here from Dooney and Daughters. Happy Friday. I am jumping on today as I'm doing a free live training session on how to use the fiber papers from ReDesign. So these are decoupage papers, and I thought I would share all of my favorite tips and tricks, as well as show you how I'm going to use this really cute one called Bunny Hollow. Sorry, I've got it off to the side. So yeah, if you have any questions, please ask them. And as I said, I am going to leave this live up. It stays up for 30 days, but I'm going to put it up with the other ones on our on our YouTube channel. And so all of these live trainings will stay up on YouTube and will go up on our website as well. So this is what I'm doing today. I am going to be decoupaging this into a frame for my sister. So firstly, I thought I would just talk about the different types of papers and then the tools that I need today, and then I'm going to show you how to do it. So I might have to adjust the camera, who knows how this will go. This one's a little bit more interactive today. But firstly, different types of papers. So we have 4 main papers on our website. We've got the classic napkins. So these are like serviettes. They're all 3-ply, the ones that we have, and you use the top layer. Fantastic to use for decor items or creating, like fully covering something like stools or side tables, like little wine tables, but also vases and different things like that. So we've done a lot with napkins over the years, and I'll definitely show you more of that. The next type of paper, and they're $1.40, so they're a really good entry level. They are a little bit fiddlier to use, they tear a bit easier, but you can do really cool things with them. The next type of paper is a rice paper. I've got to put the price down. I've got notes next to me, but I forgot to write that down, but I'll link it in the comments. As you can see, these are a little bit thicker. You can see the different kind of fibers in it. You can use the same kind of way as a napkin, so you can tear them, but they're a little bit stronger. You can also use them how I'm going to do it today. So that's kind of the next step up from a napkin. And then you've got the mint papers. I've just got one from a workshop, but these come in A3 size, which is 25, and A1 size, which is 44. So they're perfect for furniture or like big scale pieces. Yeah, you would have seen us use them lots on furniture. They are beautiful. They're made in Australia. They're more like a tissue paper. You can move them a little bit. You can tear them if you don't want straight edges. But yeah, designed for more big pieces for furniture. They are beautiful large scale images, and as I said, they come from Australia. And then the one that I'm using today, I've just got an old, I keep all of my offcuts, by the way, because you never know when you want something. But let's see if you can see it. Oh yeah, so you can see it's more like a fabric, a woven kind of paper. So really good for beginners. They don't tear, really. So yeah, they don't really tear. I'm trying. So you can't, accidentally muck it up. You can lift it up and put it back down until you're happy. We've got different sizes. I'm using A3, but they also come in larger sizes like this. So this one actually has 2 pages. So things like this, these are 34. And then the A3 ones, which I've got a few different ones with me. I love, this is Whispers of the Old Barn. Super cool. And then this one's Fields of Grace, but we've got lots of different ones, but these are 15. And yeah, you can pick them up, put them back down. Just so you know, because they're a little bit thicker, if you put them, I don't have anything with me, but say if you had it and it finished in the middle, you will, and you're not kind of joining the whole piece up, you're going to see the line because it is thicker. So something to keep in mind, you want to maybe do a tabletop or something where you can then sand off and get a really clean line. I'm not sanding today, but sanding edges, so if you do the top and you want it nice and clean, is a great way to get a perfect finish instead of pre-cutting. So sand with like a 180 grit sandpaper. But yes, as I said, these are fabulous when you're starting out. They're really vibrant in color, as you can see, and you can pick them up and move them around a little bit more, which is really good, because sometimes decoupage is a bit stressful, but really just have fun whenever you're doing it. We always say to embrace wrinkles when you are decoupaging, because from afar things look perfect, up close maybe not so much, but you know, that's life. Also, I thought this one was really pretty. This is called Sapphire Peony, just for something different. I want to show you a few different ones, but today I am using Bunny Hollow. So I have laid it out. You can iron these, just put some baking paper over the top. I've just put something heavy on it so you can slightly see the crease, but that should come out when I put it on. And then in terms of tools or things that you need, I am using my lacquer today. I've got matte lacquer, this is brand new tin. It works perfectly as the glue, I find, for these types of papers. If you're going to try with wallpaper, a wood glue would be better, but for all of the papers that we sell on the website, our lacquers, matte, satin, gloss, they're all the same, or all work the same, are really good as your glue. They're nice and thin, so you're not going to get too many wrinkles, and then they also are great top coat because they have UV protection in them, which we all know we need in the New Zealand sun. The sun has come out today, but it's also very muggy up here, which is why I'm very beautifully shining. But yeah, so that's what I'm using today, the matte lacquer. I've got that, and then I've just got a brush that I have at home, a round brush, any kind of brush, flat brush would work perfectly. And then I've got the mint felt applicator today. So these are great, they're really soft. You can wash them up with gentle soap. So the olive soap's really good to clean these if you get lacquer on it. And you just use it to push out all the bubbles. It won't tear. The only one that you wouldn't use this on is your napkin. So you can use it with your rice paper, your fiber papers, and your mint papers. Just napkins are just a little bit too delicate. So I will show you another time, and I do have videos on the website, but yeah, we just do it slightly differently. But those are my tools today. Oops, so hopefully this doesn't, I'm on my dining table, hopefully it's not jiggling too much, and then my trusty can opener, always good to have. So this is what I'm doing. I'm doing this for my nephew. If you saw a reel back in January, I used the Peter Rabbit transfer from ReDesign and did a bookshelf for him. And so I thought this would be really cute, just framed. You can see I've got my light on, but framed and in his bedroom. So what I have done is, so you don't drop everything, I'm just going to do it straight on to the back piece. And because when we're decoupaging, we like to have a really light background color. So often we recommend white. Beluga, most of you probably know, is my favorite. It's just got a hint of gray, so it's got really good coverage. Definitely use white when you are doing napkins. The others, just use a light color that you've got. So I had leftover Burmese, which is one of our pale creams. It's actually really beautiful with dark wax if you're wanting to do like a French kind of finish. But yes, so I've done this in Burmese, and then I don't know, actually I'm just going to change the light a little bit. Oh yeah, so I've got the insert, because obviously my paper's A3 and this is designed for A3. I've got my insert, or what do you call those, like the framed thing that goes inside, and I've just used pencil and I've drawn around the outside, so I know exactly where I want to place my decoupage paper. So that's all the prep I've done. One coat of Burmese and then just round, and you can probably see I haven't fully painted all the edges because I was just doing this quickly last night. Okay, so that's everything I need, and now I can start showing you how to do it. So I'm just going to tilt the camera, I think, or it's my phone, I'm going to tilt that. I have stirred my lacquer. I always recommend stirring lacquer rather than shaking the tin, because if you shake it can get bubbles in it. It's okay for what I'm doing now, but say if you are top coating, you don't want to have little bubbles. Been there, done that, very annoying. So got my lacquer. I'm doing matte because I don't want too much reflection. but you know, I'm always impartial to gloss. I don't know if you can see, but I've got a giant monstera there, but that table is done in Brickyard with gloss lacquer, so I love gloss. But right, here I'm going to go and tilt this and put the light down. Okay, so this is quite big, but I've got my paper and I've got my roughly drawn lines here, and my paper is actually just slightly bigger. My paper's slightly bigger, sorry, you probably can't see. My paper is slightly bigger, so that is perfect, because then I know when I put it in the frame, it's all going to fit perfectly. So what I'm going to do is I will work in strips. So maybe I should have got a slightly smaller brush. Get my lacquer on. So I'm just going to work in sections, and I'm using this, as I said, as my glue. So I just want it on here, and then get my paper. And the beauty of this is I can lift it up a few times to make sure that I've got it nice and even. Okay, so it's on, and then with my little felt applicator, I am just going to push it and smooth it all out. Okay, so we've got the first part on, and this is how we do all like your mint papers as well. So always work in sections. It just makes, sorry, I'm just going to tilt you up a bit, but always work in sections. It really makes life a lot easier. You can make sure then that you get everything down properly where you need it to go, and you can smooth out bubbles. And then, so I've just pulled it up a little bit, get some more of my lacquer, and I'm just going to do the next section, like so. And then with my tool, and then just smooth it down, smoothing it right out. Already looking so cute. And again, we just work our way all the way down to the bottom. Oops, getting lacquer everywhere on my table. So just doing that last big section there, and I just really want to make sure all my edges are pushed down, that everything's nice and smooth. Cool. And that is now stuck on. So that is decoupaging. Literally, I've just glued my paper on it. Decoupage is just a fancy way of saying that. And now I'm just going to do a top coat. I would normally probably wait, if I was doing furniture, definitely I would wait a couple of hours between top coats. But as this is a picture and it's a demonstration, I'm just going to go straight over. And this will just make sure everything is fully down. It will give that extra UV protection. For furniture, I would always do 2 top coats. For this, I will only do the 1 because I don't need more. Yeah, and then I just want to make sure that I've got the glue right through everywhere. As this is a bit of a thicker paper, it can take a little bit more glue. And that's it. So super cute. I'll pull you back up. Yeah, so now I'll just let this dry, and I will frame it, and I will share this tonight on my story. Well, stories, and I'll make a little reel, I think. And then it's all ready to go, and it can go up in my brand new nephew. He's 8 weeks and 3 days old, up in his bedroom. So when he moves in, he'll get something really cute to look at on the walls. But just to recap, so I have painted the base today in Burmese, but always paint in a light color. If you do, actually I can show you, because this is my black dining table. If I put this over black, I think you can see it comes through, and it's going to look really muddy and dark. But you put it over, oops, I just put my finger in my glue. I've got a piece of white paper. If you put it over the light, the white, you can just see the difference, right? So the colors are popping, you can see everything compared to over the dark. So paint in a light color. For the fiber papers and the mint paper, pale gray, light cream, something just really light will work. For napkins especially, always use white, makes a huge difference. And then you want to use your lacquer. It's really good for the glue. As you can see, it's just really nice and thin. It is really strong, so it's going to stick on. Well, not for wallpaper, wallpaper's a bit too thick, but for all of these papers, the lacquer, whatever sheen you have, use that, and then you can use it as the top coat. And then these little tools, these little felt applicators, just one of those things that are really good and really handy, something that you don't think you need or that's not worth it, but they're like $11 or something, and they are great. And just, I'm going to wash this up with my dishwashing soap. And yeah, and then got something super cute to give. So frame, these look fabulous framed. I always forget that you can do that. They're just such gorgeous images. So framed furniture, obviously the napkins are really good for decor items, just something fun, something different, and something really personal. So something special for my nephew. If you have questions, please pop them in the comments. As I said, I will post this as a reel this evening once it's all dry. So if you have questions, you can pop them into there as well. And if there's anything else that you want me to cover, I'll definitely do more decoupage. I will do some napkins in the future. I think my next thing, I'm thinking either maybe about mixing metallics or making coloured wax. So let me know what you want. And also effects mouldings, because I've had lots of those go out recently, so I want to share and talk about those more. Yeah, I hope you'll have a wonderful Friday, that it's not too muggy wherever you are, and if it is, hopefully you can get out in some fresh air. And yes, I look forward to jumping on and talking to you all again soon. See you later. Bye.